Now, welcome back. We're taking a look at another amazing ship from the Steam Workshop. So today we're taking a look at the Enceladus Carrier. Hopefully I pronounced that right. You know, my track record with pronouncing these names isn't particularly good. So we're actually having a look at here is a very detailed carrier type ship. We're going to do the usual. We'll explore the ship's exterior, then we'll pop on inside. So let's take a look at the front of the ship and what exactly does it hold in here. So you'll notice that there is armor wrapped around either side. You can see we've got the name of the ship blasted along the side there. You can see what's quite cool in the detail in here. You can see they've used the glass blocks, and then behind here they've used some of these luminescent sort of strip lamps just to create a little bit more detail in this front section of the carrier there, and it kind of works to great effect. It makes this sort of cooling effect from a distance, as you can see as we move further away, adding a little bit of colour to the design. So what's tucked inside behind this engine housing? You can see there's some cooling vents up there, a missile launcher on either side, and Gatling gun turrets tucked in here as well. So we've got a variety of thrust packs inside here. You can see we've actually got the ion thrusters there, and we've also got ourselves some hydrogen tucked in there as well. It's also protecting this large cargo pod, as well as various different refinery items tucked in the side there. So into the center, you can actually have a look. They've got this little cool reticle type design. You can see that extends down from the center of the ship and into this area. This would be a really cool area to build some sort of gravity weapon or some sort of projectile based thing that could launch out the front of the ship, or even maybe a spare hangar bay. But you can see they've got the antennas that extend along the front, and that's pretty much what we've got for the front of the ship area. There is some ion thrusters tucked into the top here just to give it a little bit more maneuverability. Then we actually move over to the hangar bays themselves. So we've got 3 hangar bays on either side for a total of 6, and you can see the hangar door itself, both top and bottom, as well as the inside here, has been created using small blocks, and this just adds to the level of detailing that can actually come out of it. Gives it a cool bit of protection. Could be a little bit janky in multiplayer, but Space Engineers is still doing quite well to kind of catch up and stabilize combining grids like this. Now between these little cells, you can see we've got more of these cool DLC ion thrusters there. We've got this small connector type system that works as a little turret. You can see that up there. Very cool indeed. Very nice. You can see if we have a quick look into this area, have we got a remote control block going on here? Because I'm trying to work out if these are going to be AI controlled turrets or they're going to be player based. I'm reckoning that they're going to be script based because they've got that little turret behind it to work maybe as an aiming reticle. We'll have to see when we jump inside. So there are the 3 hangar bays with the 3 turrets located on the top. Now if we come underneath here, you notice the detailing's a little bit more differently. Each one of the hangar bays has 6 cargo containers tucked underneath it with a variety of hydrogen on there. I like that little bit of a red essence to the design. You can see they've used that rusty, well, not completely rusty armor, but the old armor type look. Really adds to the build and the style of this ship. Now coming to the rear end area, we've got a little bit more red in the design. You can see we've got the windows for the various different crew cabins that are tucked inside there. We'll have a look at them when we go inside in a bit more detail. A little bit of detailing with some round blocks over on this side, and then we've got the thruster housing we'll take a look at. So we've got the bridge area up here, a little bit of a communications area, so maybe a sort of space type sonar device up here, whatever your mind could work out the future might behold. Underneath it wraps around into just a more of a standardish bottom. We've got some small turrets there, as well as various different thruster housings for the thrusters. Very cool indeed, and a reinforced sort of spine with blast door blocks that leads you into that rear thruster housing there as well. Very nice indeed. So we've actually got 4 cells, so nacelle type thruster designs, and just have a look at the detail in each one of these pods. From front to back, it's beautiful. So you can see we've got the hydrogen actual thruster here with this black carbon fiber ring, and then they've got the LCD screens behind that painted orange for a bit more of effect. Around the side, we've got ourselves some catwalks. So if we have a quick look behind the catwalk, this is just for detailing, but you can see from a distance it just really makes them engine bays pop out with a bit of contrast. Around the front you can see they've got that sliding slope and almost like a vent for the engine there itself. In the center we've got the cell holder, more sort of orange glowing vents in there, keeping them engines cool as they travel through space. Very cool indeed. So we want to get aboard this thing. So how exactly are we going to do it? We're actually going to spawn ourselves into one of these hangar bays. So as we move in through here, you can see it's reinforced with airlock type doors in the center. And we've got a 3D printer here ready to launch. So we'll have a work through and I'll show you how things open up as we work our way through. So we've got the 3D printer up there so you can print off more fighters. Very important to have, especially in a survival situation. And as we took into the front area here, you'll see that that is just directly into the actual, well, not missile area because it's not, but it looks like a missile area. But it's just the front carrier hold. So we've got the 3 hangars all interconnecting. We've got what looks to be, is this a jump drive block on top of here? I'm not too sure. I know it's one from the DLC. Then we've got the cargo interconnectors on each one of them as well. So the cockpit access to open these doors must be from the bridge. There is some also nice little touches for some survival kits down here so people can man up in these fighters quite quickly. So let's continue moving through the ship. So quite functional so far. So we're actually moving into a caution radioactive reactor room. We've also got some side doors. I'm guessing these are like a little side wraparound airlocks. Yes, they are. And this takes us directly into the reactor room itself. Let's have a look at the detailing that we've got going on in here. So we've got some LCDs without any display. That could be just because the script's not loaded. But we've got more detailing in the reactor area with them neon glowing. Just turning our light off, this is the sort of effects you get when you open up into this area. And it's a bit worrying that the caution radioactive sign doesn't have a double airlock around that reactor. So let's go around one of these side corridors. So these dimly lit side corridors with no windows. They're quite scary, claustrophobic. We've got crew quarters down into this section. So that's them windows that we saw from the side before. And they've got themselves a little bathroom and ensuite. Very nice indeed. We don't really need too many crew quarters for a ship in Space Engineers though. So as we go into here, we're actually entering into the command center of the vessel. So you can see there's lots of really cool displays going on here. This is a proper command center. So you can see we've got various different scripts. We've got the radar script there. We've got information on a distant planet displayed on the front as well as our speed. Different outputs. You see our cargo containers, fill ratio. Everything that a good pilot is going to need. You can also see the uranium in the reactor. A real nice detailed command center here. We've also got weather clear on that one. We've got the time. We've got a little meeting room behind there as well. Observation deck. We've got the arm day. Let's have a quick look at this. Oh, armory. It's not. Oh, it's armory. How did I read that as arm day? Let's move into here. And up into this section we have the observation deck. So we've got airlocks either side leading us out with suits and survival kits. It's great having survival kits as long as you name them all over the ship. It means you can either respawn and get yourself going quite quickly in case you've died. So here's a little respawn area. This could probably bait a few people out thinking that this is a bridge for someone to shoot at and hit. It's just more of a communications mast. So coming back down here, we've actually got the bridge to go back to. So we're going to loop down this long staircase. Bring ourselves around here and back into the bridge area. So we've got another door that goes off to the side here, and that just leads us back around. This is actually a medical cryo over on this side. Let's keep moving us away through, and you'll see this brings us back through to the reactor room here itself. We've got the airlock on that side, and we've got the hangar bay here. So like they say, it's mainly just a ship for transporting different aircraft around and then deploying them into battle. The weapons and defences are quite capable, but still they're going to need some sort of escort ship going around with it. So let's go back into the core. So you can see the reactor room here. You can see that there is areas where you could expand and build yourself some more interior if you wanted to do so. There's also some thrusters tucked inside here nicely. But they have made quite good use of the interior. There's still a lot of space that could be used for either crew sections or other things indeed. Let's just go past the reactor. Past this area. Oh, this is interesting. Let's have a look what's going on here. Oh, so this is how the LCD screens are set up at this angle. They've actually been put on hinges on the inside of there. I wouldn't want this getting hit by a missile. Not definitely. So I'm guessing that this is going to be the command seat. Let's have a quick go and see if we're correct. So we've got one button and it's rotors. Oh, look at that. Now that is beautiful. Let's seal them up. Yeah, the time and effort going into that for that sort of payoff of them opening up like that is just amazing. You can imagine the fighters going out either side. Let's open it and close it from up there. And it creates a really nice large hangar bay that's protected as well. Awesome. Both of them middle doors fold away. Oh, lovely. Let's give this a little bit of a power test. Let's have a look at our acceleration, what we've got going on here. So we've got quite a slow acceleration, but this is what we'd kind of expect of a carrier of this type. Let's check our gyroscopes. So gyroscopes ain't too bad either. Let's check our deacceleration. So probably about the same as our acceleration. So this is a ship you would have to take in consideration if you were moving it into a battle position. You don't want to drift past the rest of the ships that can stop quite easily. But I'm sure the other frigates or protection vessels that would be around this guy would keep you aware, keep you moving around. Let's have a look. You see the thrusters firing down there. But them 3 engine cells at the back would definitely be a target. And I'd love to see maybe a little bit of testing with these doors and see what happens when they do come under fire. Do they actually stop rounds or do they just break apart? Well, that's Space Engineers for you. Anyway, I'd like to wrap that video up here. I want you to check this creation out. There'll be a link down in the description of this video if you want to see it for yourself. And let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Do you think the doors are a good idea, or do you think they're going to fall off in combat? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.